I was telling you a wee bit yesterday just about some of the difficulties that these young people had to go through and endure. And so many of them became, as I was saying, alcoholics. There's a wee man that became an alcoholic. His face was battered in, but he started to come to the meetings. And there came one night, and he went out out of the room, and there was another fellow sitting there, and he looked at him and said, "What are you doing out here?" And that other fellow, not name who it is, but that other fellow says, "I'm waiting for you because God told me you were going to come out." And this wee man Dan says, "You got to bowl me over with a feather," he says. And Dan gave his life to the Lord, but he never fully got away from the alcohol. Like sometimes it's difficult to get out of that whole scene. But I was speaking to another alcoholic guy, wasn't drunk or anything that night, but he says to me, you won't believe what Dan was telling me. Dan was telling me he had this dream that about a wee white house with a white fence around it, and in that house he was going to find peace. And one Christmas he came down from Derry to outside Carndona, and he died. And he wasn't that old a man. But the morgue in Carndona, guess what? It was a wee white house with a white fence around it. And it's as if God says, the only time you're really going to get peace is when I take you home. So you get stories like this. And another night at 2:30 one morning, I got this phone call. Another one of these lads was saying, "I'm in a bad way. I'm going to commit suicide. I'm going to jump into the foil. Would you come up and talk to me?" He says, "I'm not drunk. I haven't been touching drink." And so I had to get changed, went up and talked with him and prayed with him. And to try to understand the desperation that you find in some of these people is incredible, because many of them came from very, very difficult homes to start with. But the only hope is, what I was saying, is prayer. And it's the only thing that really touches the heart. And it is a privilege, has been a great privilege for me to be able to talk with these people, pray with these people. And they weren't all bad, they weren't all alcoholics, they weren't all drug addicts. There were some lovely young people that came from lovely homes. And could I probably say this, it doesn't really matter, never did to me, whether it was a Catholic home, Protestant home. It didn't matter if it was Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever home that they were born into. The thing was, they had no choice in that matter. But I believe that Christianity is a matter of a choice. And I believe very strongly that many of these people were asking and seeking. And someone would say, would we be Christians if we came along just to join in with you and say we were? I was saying, no, it's not like that. It's the personal relationship with Jesus Christ that changes the life. And I would say, go home and pray and ask the Lord to forgive you, because His Bible says we've all sinned and come short of the glory of God, and that is why Jesus died on the cross. And many of them had an experience that changed their lives, not because we could do anything for them other than point them in the right direction. And there was a lot of amazing times like that. And in the middle of all of that, the strange thing was, like, all these meetings were going on in my house, and were almost running kind of night and day here and there, and it was a very, very busy time for me. And I'll tell you a wee bit more about some of the things perhaps tomorrow again, just to tell you that Anne cooked away at baked buns rather, and could have been dozens upon dozens. And when they would have come on a Tuesday night, you know, they ate them all, and what they didn't eat, they took with them. And those were great days. Those were just amazing days to watch young people and older people coming away from that old life and finding new life and having a relationship with Jesus Christ that truly changed their lives. So I'll tell you a wee bit more about that perhaps tomorrow again. Thank you.